In this video, we are going to focus on the last factorizing, and that is quadratic trinomials. We will break it up into two parts, part 1 or part A and part B. So in this video, we're going to focus on part A. Okay, but let's first go through the basics. Factorize quadratic trinomials. So it will always be that there's a term with an x squared or a variable square. It can be b squared plus b plus just a constant, and it will be 3 terms. So a quadratic trinomial is an expression that can be simplified to the form ax squared plus bx plus c, and the highest power of the variable x is 2. A, B, so that means that variable, that index, that highest power is 2. A, B and C are real numbers, and A cannot be 0, because if that number is a 0, then the term will not be there. For example, x squared plus 5x plus 6 and 6x squared plus 7x minus 10 are quadratic trinomials, while 7x plus 6 and x to the power 3 plus 7x minus 1 are not quadratic trinomials. Remember, factorizing is the reverse of expanding brackets. So in this section, we shall learn how to factorize a quadratic trinomial by writing x squared plus x minus 6 in the form of 2 brackets. We are going to divide quadratic trinomials into 2 groups. I call it group A, when in front of the constant is a positive, and I call it group B if in front of the constant is a negative. And in this video we are going to only focus on group A. So it's a positive sign in front of C, so it's ax squared plus bx plus c. Now the first step, always write all the pairs of factors of the numbers A and C. That means the first and the last. So all the pairs of what times what will give me 1, only 1 times 1. But this one, it can be 1 times 6, it can be 2 times 3, and if there's not a 1, I can also do the reverse. 3 times 2, 6 times 1. But if there's a 1 here, it's not necessary to do the reverse. Okay, so what do we do then? We write 1 pair of A factors and 1 pair of C factors and do the following test. So we choose 1, 1. We cross multiply the factors and add up. We find the sum. Check if the sum equals the value of B in the given expression. If not, take another pair of C. So you're going to say 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. And 6 plus 1, what will that give me? 7. Now look, is there a 7? No, there's a 5. So it's not correct. Take another one. Keep 1 and 1. And take 2 and 3. Then you say 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. And 2 plus 3 is 5. Wow, we got it, 5. And now it's just the sign. So the value of B, just focus on the number, not the sign. Now we will come to the signs. In group A, the signs will always be the same in both brackets. And both take the sign of the middle term. Now what is the middle term? This is the middle term. What is the sign? Positive. So both will be positive, positive, or if it was there, if there stood negative 5, then it would have been negative, negative. Okay. So I fill it in, and then the quadratic expression has x squared. Therefore, put an x next to the number of the first column. So because there's an x squared, you put that x, x. If it's b squared, then you will put bb. If it's y squared, y, then you'll put yy. And then don't forget, let's just move up a little bit. Okay, so very important, this is your first bracket, do you see? And this is your second bracket. Don't write the brackets over cross. This is the top is the first, the bottom is the second. The 2 rows give the factors of. And again, how can you check it? So let me just show you quickly the checking here. If I'm going to say x plus 2, can you remember we did it in the beginning, multiplication of polynomials. So then this is going to be x squared plus 3x plus 2x plus 6. Like. So it's going to be x squared plus 5x plus 6. And if you look there, this is exactly the same as this. In the beginning, on the side, you can just check, especially when it comes to the signs. And then what is a short way of remembering it? Find the factors of 1 and 6, which add up to 5. That's what we do. The signs are the same. They are both positive. That's just a summary of all of this. Okay, let's go to the next page. Okay, I want you to stop the video and I want you to do number A. I'm going to give you 2. Okay, this is also an X and E. You can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Okay. So in this case, yeah, this one is also actually new. So it's actually D, E, N, F. Okay, or D to F. Okay, so always, first let's write, this is number A. So this is going to be x squared plus 5x plus 4. Now, don't forget this coefficient is 1. So this is A and this is C. Now, break it up. So I think it's the best to do it here and just write the final answer there. So it's going to be 1 and 1. This is going to be 1 and 4, 2 and 2, or 2 and 2, and 4 and 1. Again, if it's 1, it's not necessary to write the reverse. But just for practice sake, I'm writing the reverse. Then I'm going to take 1 and 1. So let's start and saying 1 and 1 and 1 and 4. So 1 times 4, that's going to be 4. And 1 times 1, that's going to be 1. And I add it up, okay, because I'm in group A. And that's going to be 5, okay, so did you see? Yes. So that's going to, so it's correct. And then I'm just going to go to the signs. The signs are the same and both take the sign of the middle term. So in this case, it's going to be positive, positive. And this is x squared x, so it's just going to be x, x. And then my brackets, and then I just can write my final answer here. And my bracket is going to be x plus 1, x plus 4. Now, if somebody write it like this, he first write the x plus 4, because then he worked with that one, and then he writes x plus 1. Is also 100% correct. It's almost just check that the inside are the same. Okay. And then we will look at number E. So in this case, it's going to be m squared minus 17m plus 30. And again, we're going to do, we break it up, and I think we're going to start another color. Okay, so this is 1, and that is 30. So 30 is actually having a lot of factors. So 1 and 1, but 30, it can be 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10. Now in this case, I'm not going to write the reverse because it's 1 and 1. Okay, 3 and 10, 4 no, but 5 and 6. So now I'm going to again do my test, take 1 on this side, and I'm going to write it here, that you see it. So, but you can even do it just like this. And later on, it's not necessary to write all the factors, just in the beginning. So it's 30 plus 1. It's not going to work. So, take another one. So, move on to this one. Keep to 1 and 1, and 2 and 15. So, it's 15 plus 2. Oh, it's correct. Don't forget about the sign. Just focus on the 17. So this is going to be 15 because it's 1 plus that 2, and that's going to give me that 17. And then the signs are the same. In group A, the signs are the same. Both take the sign of the middle term. And what is the middle term? Minus, minus. And this is m squared m. So what will this be? M, m. And then I'm going to just write down my 2 brackets. It's m minus 2, m minus 15. And remember, if somebody is writing it like this, you are also correct. As long as this is the same as this is the same as this, the order does not matter. Okay, let's look at the final one here, and now it's going to become a little bit more complicated because now I'm not putting a 1, I put a 11. Oh, and this is going to be now, it's almost like a lock. The combinations is just going to be more difficult, but the method stays the same. So if I look at this one, in this case, it's still in group A because there's a positive. So again, it's 11 and it's 21. Break it up into the factor pairs. 1 and 11, 11 and 1. 1 and 21, 3 and 7, 7 and 3, 21 and 1. Because now it's very important that you write that reverse. And now you start 1 and 11, 1 and 21. So I multiply, I get 11. I multiply, I get 21. And if I add it up, 32, it must be 40. Forget about the sign, just focus on the 40. So let's try another one. 1 and 11, and what is the next one? 3 and 7. So 11 times 3, 33. 1 times 7, 7. 33 plus 7 is 40. That's 40. So the combination is correct. In group A, the signs are the same. Both take the sign of the middle. There is the middle. So negative, negative. And this is y squared y. So what is this going to be? Just y, y. And remember, let me show you again. This is going to be your first bracket. This is going to be your second bracket. Okay. Again, I want you to stop the video and I want you to do number 1. Let's just get our color correct. Number 1, I think let's start very easy. Okay, so you can just do A and then we can do F here. Okay, and then this one is just now a little bit mixed, but just with positives. I think we can just do 1 here also, number D, 2D. Okay. As soon as you are finished, continue the video. Take your time. It's just a recipe. Maybe not so easy, but it's a recipe. So you will do the same method over and over. Number 1A. So this is going to be 2x squared plus 5x plus 3. So if I'm going to write, remember it's 2 and 3. So it's 1 and 2, 2 and 1. 1 and 3, 3 and 1. And then I'm going to take first this one, taste, taste. Then move to the second, taste, taste. And I think just to make it easier for me, I'm going to do it like this. And I'm going to test it first just with my eye. So 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. Oh, it's excellent. It's working. 1, 2, 1, 3. So remember, can I show you again? This is going to be 3 plus 2, which is going to give me that 5 there, the middle term. And then the signs are the same, and both is this sign. So positive, positive. This is x squared x, so I write actually that. X, x. So my final answer will be x plus 1 and 2x plus 3. Okay. And then if I look at number F, this is going to be 12y squared minus 16y plus 5. Okay, again, take my values there, 12 and 5, and break it up. Now 12 is having a lot of factors. So it's 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Okay, and now you must do the reverse. 4 and 3, 6 and 2, 12 and 1. That's just the factors of 12. 5 is easy. So it's just 5 and 1 and 1. Okay, let's just rather write first 1 and 5. And then I'm going to take 1 on this side and 1 on this side. And again, I'm going to say it's 5 plus 12. That's going to be 17. And I must get what? 16. Okay, but keep to this one and then do this one. Oh, this is going to be 60 plus 1. Now, this is also, it's going to be 61. It's going to be too big. Okay, move to the second one. You can again start first with this one. So this one is going to be 10 and 6. Oh, I think we strike gold. So let's look. 2 and 6. And was it 1 and 5? Yes, 1 and 5. I just want to do that 5 better. Because 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 6 is 6. And if I add it up, I get what? 16. Okay, don't focus on the sign. And now you can say, okay, the signs are the same. We are in group A. And both take the sign of the middle. So what will this be? Negative, negative. This is y squared y. So what will this be? Y, y. And then I'm just going to end up by saying 2y minus 1 and 6y minus 5. And don't forget, you can write this bracket first and then followed by that bracket. Okay. Yes, and now we move on to try now 20, number 2. I just want to control quickly this one. Okay, 2y minus 1, 6y minus 5. Okay, number 2D. I'm just going to clean here. Oh, small. I think I'm going to give space here. I always struggle. Okay, let's just make it bigger. Okay, and this is going to be 2D. So it's going to be 14p squared minus 41p plus 15. Again, this is group A. Write down the factors. This is this and this. So in 14, it's going to be 1 and 14, 2 and 7, yes, that's all. And then 7 and 2, 14 and 1. Okay, I should have actually made it a different color. Okay, and then the next one is just going to be 1 and 15, 3 and 5, 5 and 3, and 15 and 1. And then I'm just going to take 1 here and test with this first one. So this is going to be 15 plus 14. Not going to work. Test it with this one. So this is going to be 14 times 3. Okay, it's this maybe. 14 times 3. That's going to be 42 plus 5. It's still too big. Okay, and then if I'm going to look at the next one, and I just want to see. I'm going to test it now with this one. So I'm going to say 14 times 5. It's going to be too big. Oh, look how big it's going to become there. No, it's too big. Move to the next one. And I even want to take another color. So I'm moving to this one with, again, the first one. So in this one, I'm going to say 2 times 15, that's 30, plus 7. No, it's not going to work. Move to this one. Let's see. 7 times 3, that's 21. Oh, this one is going to work. So 2 and 7 and 3 and 5. Because 7 times 3 was 21. Plus 2 times 5 is 7 times 3 is 21. Plus 2 times 5. Is it 2 times 5? Just want to see. 2 and 5. No, it's also not going to work. Because this is going to give me 20. That's going to be 31. Okay, let's move on. Maybe this one. Okay, so this one was not successful. Okay, so it was 2 and 7 and 5 and 3. Okay, so if in this case 7 times 5, it's going to be 35. I think this one is going to work. because this is going to be 35 plus 6. 35 plus 6 is going to be 41. There, 41. So the signs, again, it's group A. They're going to be the same. So it's going to be always the middle sign, which is negative, negative. And then it's p squared p. So this is going to be p. And then I'm just going to write down the brackets. And it's going to be 2p minus 5 and 7p minus 3. And that's going to be your final answer. In this case, especially with trinomials, remember, practice makes perfect. Do as many as possible questions.